Hi, Brian here from Rocky Mountain Music Repair with a video about taking care of your clarinet at home. We're going to go over the processes in which you're supposed to do every day when you're playing, and then your weekly and yearly maintenance on your clarinets as well. Clarinets have a lot of moving pieces, so there are a lot of things that you may want to go see a shop for, but there are also a lot of things you can take care of your horn at home and limit the amount of times you have to go to the shop. All of this information is available for free download on our website and has an information kit telling you the daily, weekly, and yearly procedures. Also, all the supplies that we talk about are available at our shop. We have care kits made and all the individual supplies available as well. So let's get right down to it. So every day after you're done playing your clarinet, the most important thing and the best thing you can do to take care of your horn is to swab it out. We recommend drop swabs. This one's made of silk. We like the silk ones a lot. They work very well. They also have other sort of swabs that are pretty good, but these are our favorites. And all you have to do is when you're done playing, you can leave the instrument together, take off the mouthpiece, and you take the little weight on the end and you drop it down. The thing to be very careful is to make sure that your silk swab or any other swab does not have any knots in it. You don't want to get it stuck inside the instrument. Once the weight comes out the other end, you draw it through. And if you do this once or twice before you take apart the instrument and put it away in the case, you'll save yourself a lot of hassle because you're getting all that wet stuff and chocolate chip cookies and peanut butter out of your clarinet. Just like that. So do that every day when you're putting your horn away. Then, when you take your horn apart, you want to take a quick moment to inspect your corks. These are your tenon corks. These are the areas here which keep a good seal of air and make sure it's not leaking in between the joints. You can use cork grease, just like this one. And you just put a little dab. Don't need much more than that. There and there. And then use your finger to spread it around. If you don't like your fingers getting gooky, then you can use the Q-tip as well. Any excess you can wipe off around the bottom as well. You don't want to put too much cork grease on. It doesn't need to be super slippery, just every time it's a little hard to take on or put off, and you do it on all of the joints. When you put your clarinet away, you're taking the mouthpiece off. An important thing to know is to never ever leave your reed on the mouthpiece. It might be very tempting to do so, but the amount of time that you save by leaving it on there will make your mouthpiece really gross inside. It also makes your reeds not as good. We recommend getting a reed holder. You can get fancy ones or a nice simple one like this to store your reeds in. It'll keep the tip nice and safe, and as it dries, it'll keep the reed nice and flat as well. So we recommend getting a reed holder. Once a week, you're going to want to clean out your mouthpiece as well. You can see some stuff gets in there and gets on the inside. And this can be easily done at home in your sink. When doing mouthpieces for woodwinds, a couple things you want to keep in mind. Have a brush that's specifically made for woodwind mouthpieces. You want to make sure that you have ones that are made with bristles on the end so you don't scratch the inside of the mouthpiece. Also, be very aware of the material your mouthpiece is made of. Plastic mouthpieces are very, very forgiving, but rubber mouthpieces you want to make sure you're using cold water and not hot water. We recommend just using a little bit of dish soap. We prefer Dawn, just because it's very sudsy. Get some water on there, and then we're going to scrub out the inside. I always scrub out from both directions. I go from the tip and then in from this side. When you're coming from this side, you don't want to go in all the way because you don't want to risk the tip of the brush getting on the facing down there and making a scratch on the inside. So we just scrub it out, and then we're going to rinse it out, and we're just going to let it air dry. I don't recommend using like a hair dryer or anything like that to dry it off. Just let it air dry, you'll be okay. So that's what you should be doing once a week. We also recommend getting a soft cloth and just wiping down any fingerprints. If you have a wood clarinet, there would be some oil that we might want to put on the bore once in a while, but consult your technician for that. The only other thing I want to talk about today, excuse me, is key oil. Key oil is made to make your instrument not as noisy and to make sure that we have a oil barrier to make sure water doesn't get inside your keys. Inside the keys here is a steel rod. And if water were to get inside there, your keys could rust. This is an especially important step for anybody who marches or plays concerts outside. If it rains or you get any kind of humidity or moisture near your instrument, you want to do this all the time. Now I've done it for a second. I'll show you exactly the areas that I'm looking for to apply the oil. Anytime you see a little line where the key meets the post, you want to put just one little drop. It's not very much. Or if there's a section where a key meets another key. So here I'll do the bottom joint and show you the different locations I'm placing it. Just one little drop. See, I'm not doing too much. We don't need to cover the whole thing in oil, but there's the post and there's a little line right there, right there. And so this oil is getting on the inside and it's lubricating your keys, and it's also making it so water can't get in there, because water and oil do not like each other. Keep your case nice and clean. We don't need to keep 150 old reeds in there. They'll just kind of get a little gross, so we recommend keeping your case cleaned out. Do that every month or so. Just make sure the extra junk in there or bubblegum wrappers are out of the case. And then once a year, you're going to want to make an appointment with your local technician to go over your instrument. Pads do go bad, corks can fall off, and other things will happen with your clarinet just through normal wear and tear. So once a year, we recommend bringing your clarinet into the shop to be looked at by a professional technician. I hope this helps in your daily maintenance, your weekly maintenance, and your yearly maintenance with your clarinet. For more information, go to our website, RockyMountainMusicRepair.com, for other videos and resources, and to order your supplies that you need for cleaning it yourself. Until next time, thank you so much.